Have you experienced ghost recruiters? And at this point, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm talking to an AI, so I'm going to toy with this recruiter agent. What's up, everybody? It's Jacob. Thanks for watching today. I thought I'd get back to basics and record a video in my car, just like I did when I first started my channel. What I wanted to talk about today was, as many of you know, I just found part-time work after being unemployed for almost a year and a half. Although I did side gigs here and there, I didn't really have like a formal employment, and had savings, so that's kind of what I was living off of. And in my field, you have to be really careful, because if you slip back too far, it's actually a count against you when you go in interviews. So I don't want to be the guy that has to lie in interviews and say, oh yeah, I've been doing the same thing this whole time. So I basically decided, you know what, I'm going to start this channel, talk about AI, pivot to do cloud architecture and designing AIs. And so now this part-time job is the fruit of bearing that pivot that I made. And so, you know, now it's only part-time work, but it's better than no work. And at least I'm kind of like where I was before, one step forward. But I am still looking for a full-time position as a bona fide, full-scale cloud architect. I got contacted by a recruiter, or what I thought was a recruiter, through email. And what was really weird is, normally I'm very good at sniffing out AI, and I thought this was a real person. This is how good this stuff is getting. And so I had about 2 or 3 emails correspondence with this AI recruiter agent, and I started to notice a couple of weird nuances in the way the emails were working. The first email was really good. It basically said, you know, the usual things. Hey, Jacob, saw your resume on LinkedIn, looks great. We have this type of work that we think you might be interested in. You know, let me know if you want to talk about it. So I was like, okay, yeah, here's my resume. This is what I'm looking for. This looks like a great fit. Let's move forward. So then I get a reply back from this recruiter, supposed to be the same person, and the grammar and the language was very different, very off. So I'm like, am I talking to the same person? So I decided I'm going to go on LinkedIn and look this person up. And turns out it was a real, you know, according to LinkedIn, this was a real person who had been on LinkedIn for 15 years. So basically created a LinkedIn profile back in 2010 when LinkedIn was kind of, you know, very new. And, you know, I even called the office. Nobody picked up, which is not unusual for a recruiter office. But they said, hey, you know, this is such and such, you know, and it had the name of the recruiter on the voicemail. So I'm like, all right, this is a real place with a real person. I'll continue on. But I started to notice, you know what, something else is weird here. They initiated contact through email, not through LinkedIn, which is typically what recruiters do. So I thought, okay, well, I will leave a message, call back again. I left a message in the voicemail. I said, hey, this is Jacob. You know, you emailed me, and I just want to confirm that, you know, you have these positions open, and I'd like to talk with you about pursuing it further. And then I did the same thing on LinkedIn just to see if I get like a real person to respond back. And nothing. No email response through LinkedIn, and no callback on the voicemail. And recruiters, if you know anything, especially in IT, if they get you placed in a job, that's like $10,000, $15,000, even $20,000 check that they get, because they, you know, like a finder's fee. So they don't mess around. They want that money. And I was like, man, they didn't even call me back. So something's off. But then the next day, I get an email that was in the style of the very first email, with, like, you know, great grammar, great communication, not like the short kind of nim-witted, you know, all lower caps email that I got the second time. So I was like, okay, something's not right here. But the second email was basically saying, hey, let's let's talk more. Here's what this position's looking for. Do you still want to move forward? So I said, yes, I do. But I'd like to talk with you on the phone just to kind of get a feel for, more of the corporate culture, because this was supposedly someone that's recruiting for a company. I want to get a feel for what their personality was like. And they responded back a couple days later with the low grammar level, basically saying, yeah, we're really busy. Can't really talk on the phone. Can we just continue this through email? Is that okay? And I was like, wow, that is new. That is new for a recruiter, because they always want to talk to you, or do it on the phone. I have never experienced a recruiter that doesn't want to pick up the phone and interview, because they want to get a sense of what your personality is like. Because it's one thing when you're typing on email, you're going to come across one way, and when you're talking on the phone, you're going to be another way. So they just want to see if you have soft skills in addition to what the technical skills are on your resume. And at this point, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm talking to an AI, so I'm going to toy with this recruiter agent. So what I decided to do is I actually used ChatGPT to help me draft an email, so I didn't really come across as like a total jerk. So I basically said what I really wanted to say in the jerk way, and I asked ChatGPT, "Hey, can you like tone this down to a professional level without burning any bridges?" And basically, what I said was, I don't think you're real. I think you're an agent. I've never worked with a recruiter that does not want to pick up the phone and talk. I just find that extremely odd and very unprofessional. So GPT helped me write that in a better, more professional way, and gave me that email. So I sent that email back, and it took about 2 days. And sure as shit, I get a response back that was so ChatGPT through the email. They were using, this was definitely an agent, and it responded back in the usual way when you ever like chastise ChatGPT directly in the chat box. The email responded back, "You're right. I should make a better effort to call you back." And it went on to like make excuses, but it never like said, "Hey, let's schedule something." And so I was like, you know what? I'm done with this company, and I never responded back. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that this is happening out there if you're looking for a job. Even if you get an email from a recruiter, even if you can vet them on the phone, vet the website, vet the voicemail, you still have to be careful, because they will waste your freaking time. But anyway, like and subscribe this video if you like this kind of content. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Have you experienced ghost recruiters, if that's what we can call this now? But anyway, comment below. I'm driving. I'm still a little distracted, so I'm going to cut off the video here. And until the next one, everybody, thanks for watching. Peace.